Hey guys, here we have our brand new sublimation heat press from AM, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about this and we're going to do a test. But first we're going to talk about a few little things about this heat press before we go ahead and do our test. First thing is, let's talk about the heat press itself and the thing that I've got on top here. Now I've put down some MDF as my table where you could use some glass. Now I am going to be changing this to glass later, purely because I want to see through the middle and see my design coming straight out of the press, nice and hot, excuse the pun. But after that we're going to talk about our temperature and its controls. So the first thing is, we've got our temperature control panel. Now this is easy enough to set your temperature, and from there, once you've gone and switched on your heat element, it just starts rapidly rising in temperature. Now I've found that with all sublimation heat presses, the temperature that you want to be running is around about 230 degrees. Now we're obviously going to do a test on that, so we shall see if it's going to stay with that. But the next thing we've got here is obviously our power switch to switch on the heat press and switch it off. We have got this nice little option where the actual drum rolls the mat either going forward or going in reverse, which is quite neat. That if you ever have an issue where you have a paper jam and now it's stuck inside, or the power is gone off and now you immediately need to get it out, you can quickly hook it in reverse and get the print out before wasting meters upon meters of print as it's getting stuck through, which I can tell you is not fun. The next thing we have is our speed controller. Now that is easily changed by just moving the dial, and I am going to start my test around 70. I'm pretty sure it's going to work. Keep in mind, the faster you're going, the more temperature you need, and the slower you're going to go, the less temperature you need. Purely because the longer it's taking its time through the drum, the more the ink is allowed to burst off the paper and into your material and set. Now, if your temperature is too high and you go and speed it up too fast, then you get a faded print. But if your temperature is too high and you slow it down too much, you end up burning your paper, which you'll see quite easily. It turns it to a yellow tinge instead of white when it comes out, and all your colors will basically turn around the brown or very darkish colors and it'll look burnt. That is something you want to avoid, so you're going to have to play out and balance your temperature with your speed. As you have to remember, normal sublimation with a normal heat press, you are sublimating at 200 degrees and 90 seconds for that ink to burst off your paper into, let's say, mouse pad or an A4 print on a t-shirt. So that similar idea has to be applied to how fast it goes in and comes out and at what temperature. Now with the sublimation heat press comes with a lot of tensioning bars. Now we're going to go over them briefly because they are very much up to you how you use them. But let's go over the top one first. So this one will hold either your paper or your material, and then from there, if you are going to tension it, you've got these lovely tensioning bars that run through all the way to the bottom to hold your material or your paper and help you roll it up towards the bed. Underneath at the back, you have got your rolling tensioning bars, which will help you collect the excess material and your excess paper that comes out of the drum when it is finished being heat pressed. Now these have got a lovely clip-on and clip-off system over there on the right hand side, as you can see with the red handle. All you have to do is flip it up and then you can take this roll out, which will have your excess material or paper depending on which one you choose. So now we're going to talk about the sublimation blanket, which is this white mat that you see over here. Now as you can see, you've got a certain amount of distance on the left hand side and you've got a certain amount on the right hand side before the end of the printer. Now what if you have gone and switched on your machine and it starts running to the left hand side or the right hand side? What are you going to do to fix that? Now the simplest way is to go ahead and adjust your tensioning screws on either side until you can see the mat stops moving left or right. But you have to understand that if your tension is too much, you'll end up getting crease marks, and certain areas will fold over themselves where no ink will be sublimated on your material. But you also have to realize that, that being said, if your tension isn't correct on either side, you might have one side being too tight, one side being too loose, and you'll have a ripple effect on the one side, and then on the other you might not have enough pressure where it will have blotches of no ink or less ink, and it will look like someone had poured water on your paper before it ran through the press. So what you want to do is try and run your press in, if it's brand new, for at least 20 hours straight at max temperature of 250 degrees, solid, without having to use it at all, and that should even out your mat before you start using it. Now, some people might have different environments where it is either hotter or colder, and your mat might contract or expand in certain areas. So you want to try and make sure it's evenly heated for at least 45 minutes before using the heat press. And the last thing I have to say about this, which is my favorite thing, is the fact that it's a single phase heat press and not a 3-phase, which means 45 minutes to warm up, which means I can start pressing kilometers early in my day without having to wait hours upon hours for warm up. Another really cool thing about this heat press is the fact that it comes with a drum cleaner, which is this little piece of fabric that lies underneath the heat press, and that basically just wipes off any dust or any particles that would interfere with the print before you even put in your paper, and it will leave you with a nice clean drum, and it'll also make sure that nothing sticks to it. So what a lot of people encounter is when the material and paper come out of the heat press, it tends to have a static motion where the paper goes back into the drum and continuously wraps around itself if you don't pay attention. So this little nifty thing here will prevent you from having that issue, which is quite nice to have. Okay guys, now I've got some scrap material here and a leftover print from a customer's job that's quite colorful. Now I've gone ahead and I've tensioned the bars on both sides to a point where I feel happy, and we're going to put it through with the paper on the bottom and material on top at the speed of 70 and 230 degrees. And now hopefully this should come out really well. Now as you can see, the colors came out really well, but we do have a problem. There is a folded over crease throughout the entire middle of the print, and not to worry, that's quite an easy fix. All I have to do is just loosen the drum so that it's not as tight with the mat, and the looser you put it, the more likely you are to have a better print. The tighter it is, the more likely you are to have crease marks. So we're going to try once more with it a bit more loose and see how it comes out. And as you can see, that came out so well. The colors were spot on. You're always going to have your minor problems, but with a few minor adjustments, you'll always come out with success. And that's something to be said about this piece. I absolutely love these colors that have come out with this heat press, and with that few minor adjustments, we've no longer got our crease marks, and our colors are just as good as any other heat press, and I am very satisfied with the way it came out. So there you have it guys, the heat press from AM, and I am truly enjoying the way that this has come out, and I really hope that you guys are going to watch for the future, because we're going to be doing a lot more videos concerning this machine with a hell of a lot more tips and tricks. So look out, because there's some really cool stuff coming soon.